We should all be worried about Donald Trump's weaponisation of the BBC scandal. Tim Davie, BBC Director General, and Deborah Furness, the head of its news operation, have resigned after they admitted the BBC made mistakes, particularly in its handling of a speech given by Donald Trump. Important questions remain over why it took so long to respond. Whether the original errors themselves warrant the gutting of an entire news organisation is a very different matter. All those now relishing the downfall, and who've been instrumental in bringing it about, including the Daily Telegraph, which broke the original story of the leaked internal BBC letter from PR man turned independent BBC advisor Michael Prescott, they all come from one side of the culture war, if we must have a culture war, which I'm sure the BBC is not seeking. I'm no particular fan of the BBC. I've made my career in its commercial television rivals. As a British broadcaster, however, I have always celebrated our shared code, which grew from the BBC and is founded on trust and trying to relay facts impartially, very different from the equally venerable tradition of the partisan British print media. Now the BBC and its licence payers are facing a potentially ruinous lawsuit by Donald Trump. If the BBC is torn apart in the service of Donald Trump's bullying, it would be a disaster. Trump's vicious and instant weaponisation of this story, which would make him money from a lawsuit, should set us all on edge. It signals that our key media institutions are fair game for a supposed ally of this country and may embolden politicians here to go after the BBC aggressively, politicising the corporation by attacking its reputation and status. Looking at the developing media political landscape in the US, it's hard not to fear that we here may be heading for a very dark place.